listening to Frank Skinner's podcast from Absolute Radio.
This is Frank Skinner on Absolute Radio with Emily Dean and Alan Cochrane. You can text our show on 8 12 15. Many have, many will. Follow the show on Twitter at Frank on the Radio or email the show via the Absolute Radio website. Your choice.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Morning, Al.
Morning. Back from holidays.
Indeed.
Lovely and sun-kissed.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. You
Lasts
see,
about 3 days of tan on me.
He's got the short-sleeve post-holiday shirt.
And the lightest
gone for
shirt
the
I could
old,
find for your benefits.
Love it.
Thank you.
can I ask a question? Don't you feel...
You never normally ask permission to ask questions, so
No.
the sense of foreboding is enormous.
No, it's not. I've built it up. Do you feel after a sun-kissed holiday slightly trapped in your beard now?
No, it never occurs
I
to
knew
me.
this was going to
Because you couldn't shave it off today.
Now? All right.
You'd look like a sort of a sepia Batman.
Oh, yeah.
And I was thinking you meant that the beard is quite winter is coming.
No, but you're trapped in your own tan line. Once you've gone a bit brown with a beard.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're
And-
committed for quite some time.
I
then.
imagine could a claustrophobic person have a beard?
Text in 8 12 15.
8, 12, 15
I think
is a
that
great
probably they
texting.
couldn't have a beard in the summer because they would feel trapped in that beard because the tan line would restrain them.
Yeah.
I mean, I see obviously there's a lot of beards are the thing at the moment with.
Oh, they're all the
With men,
rage.
yeah.
People say that, but I think beards were the thing before clean shaven was the thing. I think
Well, they probably were.
people often bring it up as if the fashion is
Yeah.
for beards rather than that the fashion is for clean shavenness.
Well, but amongst young men,
Right.
and I'm not talking about the shipwrecked. I'm talking about those that operate in the normal world.
I might be
Since
put in
he's
the
been-
young men category. You're
yours
discussing
is-
now.
Do you know what I mean? Now,
Resolutely middle-aged.
He's
aren't
been
you?
reading Treasure Island and it's shipwrecked
Oh,
this,
yeah.
shipwrecked that.
And of course, there's Alan in there, isn't
there
there?
is.
Yeah. And there's Alan.
There is indeed. And I said indeed, which is what people say on local news. Yes, indeed. So and they say there a lot as well. Alan Cochrane there with... yeah, but you know what I mean? The hipster look of the no socks and a beard.
Yeah.
That thing.
Yeah.
And I've seen a couple this week and they've looked hot. You know, it's been very close this week.
has
the
been
weather.
very
Oh, it's been close. It's been so close.
It's been,
the
it's
weather
been
this
Glenn.
week. It has.
You know, but I know what you're saying because the goth was always, those were where my
They looked
first sympathies went
Yeah.
in the heat. And now it is the hipster.
Yeah.
At least they have a bare ankle, though.
But does it
And-
make you a
and not
bit
the boot.
hotter? See, I used to have a beard, but that was in my drinking days when I had no
Oh, but
concept
that
of
looked nice.
no concept of temp. It wasn't one of those carefully carved ones like Noel Edmonds. Let's put it that way.
Was it just, I have given up on my entire face?
Yes, it was. It was. Would you let me hold anything sharp close to your neck? that was what I would call that beard. With my shaking hands. There was times I got up in the morning after a proper night out where I used to drink directly from the tap because I couldn't hold my hands were shaking that much I couldn't actually hold a glass.
That's a nice story.
It is. Breakfast radio here on Absolute.
What are you drinking?
But can I... and my mum says you don't want to do that, she said, because sometimes you get slugs come straight out the tap.
I like that was an immediate concern.
Exactly. She said,
practical woman.
she said you see it in a glass, but if it goes in straight into your throat.
It's a good bit of logic, I think.
Yeah. But what I was going to ask is, do you feel it makes you a bit hotter? I mean hotter in the temperature sense. It obviously makes you hotter in the...
It looks absolutely great.
Fanciables.
Visuals. No, I don't think it makes me hotter in a...
You don't think,
no.
God, I'd love to get... You know when you've got say a singlet on? Let's say a tank top.
Oh, I would
Because I'm not
I would
in a
like
gym
a
class in
tank
the
top.
40s.
You know when you're wearing a tank top and you think, I take this off, it's too hot. I'd feel that with a beard, I think.
No, I think...
I might get one of those with the hooks that go over the ears. No, I'm serious, though. They look hot, is what I'm saying.
No, I've not found it problematically hot, my beard.
He's persisting with this. It's all got to be your witness. I mean,
More of a concern is, and I did trim it with, I didn't have any scissors on holiday, so I ended up using nail clippers to trim the lip section of my moustache, as it were. So that was a bit of an undignified
wrong,
moment.
couldn't it?
Yeah, I could have put my whole mouth in
You
there.
could have nicked your lip. I hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
Still, bit of newspaper. What will people do when newspapers are gone? Hey,
Oh, yeah.
hey, you can't stick the internet on a shaving
An
cup.
app for that.
No.
Absolute Radio.
Frank Skinner on Absolute Radio.
We've actually had a whatever happened to in the emails during the week.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Frank, Emily, and Alan. Long
Can I
time
ask?
read.
Can I ask one more beard?
Yeah, sure.
oh my God.
Well, the reason I asked about the beard before was that Kath, my partner,
Yeah.
if ever
My
a
partner,
woman,
David Furnish.
if a woman comes on, there are certain women who appear on the telly. Let's say Cheryl
Cool.
Tweedy as was. I can't remember what
Oh,
she's
She's just called
now.
Cheryl now.
Oh, Cheryl. Okay, when Cheryl comes on the telly, Kath always says, "Oh, hot hair."
Right.
And there's a few people, women mainly, she says that about, when their hair looks so dense that you'd think, "Oh, God, that must be it," like having a big woolly hat on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I ask about the beard.
Right.
Can I ask one more question?
Sure.
Do you want to do this and then we can come back to
No,
it?
I'm very happy
No,
to
go on.
answer your beard questions.
Ask your beard
The
question.
other thing that I was thinking about looking at these young men was they don't.
Beg your pardon.
The young bearded men that he was gawping at.
David
Yeah,
Furnish.
I was in a car. We were stuck in traffic. There were two men with
Joy
beards.
of tinted windows.
And I thought if these men stood any closer together, they could become enmeshed.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Like
sure that's a
Velcro.
hazard.
It's
Because of the beards.
Yeah.
You just wouldn't be able to separate them.
Hook
Yeah.
and loop, innit?
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
I love that detective show.
How did you know their name? So anyway, they it struck me that you probably don't moisturise that part of your face. Do you moisturise through your beard?
I do, yeah.
Do you?
To you,
Yeah.
Frank.
Okay. I was
Yeah.
when I had a beard.
Yeah.
I didn't moisturise at all, so I don't know. I moisturised with cider.
No, it's very au naturel, your beard.
So that's what men do. They moisturise through the beard.
Oh, but some do. I mean, some don't. I also sometimes get a bit of beard druff, but let's not get too bogged down.
See,
in
I think
that
the
grossness.
face under the beard is like the back of the fridge, all covered with bits of fluff and stuff, neglected. Anyway, that's enough beard talk. Now,
Is it?
I can't get enough.
I've
I
got
love
more.
it.
I take it back. He does wear socks. Can I say that? I respect
me?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in case anyone's thinking, hold on, does Alan Cochrane not wear socks?
No, I
He
do.
absolutely does.
I've got a big moment.
We've got.
But
I've
we're
just
going
got
to go
the
to a commercial
fairs.
break. Okay.
Oh God, I thought that was just going to be a short digression.
Oh, okay.
By the way,
What?
oh, never mind. Sorry, I'm getting the daggers from the producer.
Sorry.
And can you say that?
Don't know.
Can you say that?
Straight to prison.
So tricky nowadays. It's a reference to knife crime, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
Or
know.
Macbeth.
Oh God. Honestly, it's thin ice.
Absolute Radio.
Frank Skinner on Absolute Radio.
So I was going to read you a little whatever happened to email that we'd had come in. And we've got bogged down in Beardgate, but we can always revisit that. I'm very happy
Bob
to.
down. Is he on?
This came in on Wednesday. I know it's only Wednesday, but a whatever happened to has come into my head whilst I lay in a sleeping bag in a tent in the Vale of Pickering campsite, North Yorkshire, listening to next door snoring. That's something I forget about camping, that you end up hearing the snores of, like, adjacent properties,
Yes.
as it were.
Yeah.
Not good.
Well, I did Glastonbury once, and I heard this.
Main stage?
No, I was in the children's tent. I had my first manager made a mistake. Anyway, I was in the tent and I heard, and I thought, oh, what's going on? And it was very adjacent, and I thought, oh, dare I look outside? And it was somebody juggling.
Oh, not so bad.
Yeah.
Not so
I
bad.
thought someone was getting a round of applause.
Very slow.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's some white middle-class people playing Bob Marley. Woke me up one morning.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, Glastonbury.
So this is the
So
Vale of
much
Pickering,
to
North
answer
Yorkshire.
Oh, yeah, Vale of Pickering.
Chris continues, I fear if I do not send this now, then I never will. There's a strange sense of melodrama to him.
My kind of guy.
Whatever happened to fish pedicures? A few years ago, they were all the rage.
Yes.
With
Yeah.
shops popping up all over, enabling you to have hundreds of small fish nibble at the hard skin on your feet. They just seem to have just disappeared, and I now don't know where I can get one. What's happened to all the fish? Have they been rehomed? Many thanks, praise withheld. Chris from Redcar.
I love that.
I was
Chris.
just thinking about these fish pedicures
Yeah.
the other day, because I think it'd be quite fun to have one.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he's absolutely right. It was a very 5-6 years.
When that
Okay,
beard
think.
comes off, you
now.
might need to have one on your face. All that non-moisturisation.
I think the tanks just got a bit old.
Didn't they
really?
Didn't they find that there was some sort of bacteria living in the water or something from the feet, the mixing of feet stuff?
Oh, I see.
Oh, that doesn't sound as good.
I mean, that's one of those, when you say something and you halfway through it, you think, where have I got this from? But it's a vague,
Right.
it could be a lie, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm not writing off that it could be a lie.
Respect.
Yeah.
Respect for your
But
comment.
it might not be.
Have you ever
that's
had
all
But it
of
is
that.
a good whatever happened.
Did you
to
ever have a fish pedicure?
I didn't
Emily?
know. I graciously declined, as we used to say
I had one.
at my fashion magazine.
I was when I used to live in the West Midlands. We had one with we had 4 devil dogs in a paddling pool, and we tried it with that, but it didn't work out.
Not so
No,
good.
I never had it. I always thought, how do you stop them? How do you?
Oh,
when
right,
that
yeah.
point where see if I'm at the chiropodist and
Yeah.
he gets a bit.
He knows
he
your
gets-
escape word,
It,
doesn't he?
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Piranhas have no safe word.
Yeah.
If he gets a bit gung-ho with the spinning disc, he's got like a sanding disc.
Really?
Sometimes, there's when I see blood hitting the ceiling,
Oh, yeah.
then I can say cease.
Frank, that's
Cease and
desist.
desist.
Chiropodist.
But with
Frank,
I
that's
don't
the-
even know what language. Where are piranhas
My
from?
issue with the piranha is, what if it would just be my luck to get the rogue sociopath?
Oh,
Do you know what I mean? That would be my problem, is that all the others are
You mean
obeying.
fish or therapist?
No,
All right.
no, I mean with the fish.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
How
Because
did they get here, piranhas? Aren't they from South America or something? They come over in a tank on a plane.
come over here
To eat feet?
Yeah.
Weird
Oh, this
ambition,
is-
isn't it?
eating our feet.
Yeah.
Oh dear, honestly. In some sort of, I suppose, it'd be like a sweatshop for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Horrible. It's like a terrible, grim, dark story of Finding Nemo.
a bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear. That could be a good third one, though. In which one of the fish ends up as a pedicure.
Foot
And he has to
nibbler.
escape.
That would be, because you could have all sorts of comedy feet involved.
It's genuinely a really good idea, Frank.
Yeah, you could have maybe a talking Veruca who befriends
Oh,
them.
nice.
no.
Would they take on
Disney
a
won't
Veruca?
like that.
Would they take on a Veruca? 8, 12,
Pixar.
15. If we've got any...
Pedicure fish, take on a Veruca, you decide.
Skinner, Dean, and Cochrane. Together, The Frank Skinner Show.
Absolute Radio.
Do you want a big moment?
Have we finished? Did we
so-
finish?
sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Did we finish that
It
one?
was just fish feet.
I know.
wasn't it?
Can I say I noticed during Alan's reading of that I say Wednesday
Oh.
wrong. I say
I've
when.
got a bad habit of
when-
overdoing Wednesday.
So I say at the end before the D, but you do
So
it
do I.
right. You say Wednesday.
Yeah, and I'm much mocked for it, I must say.
Are you?
Yeah, by several different people.
I like it. It's very headmaster, and I like that.
Well,
But
I haven't
it's
got
correct,
that many
isn't it?
headmasterly qualities about me. So
Well, I
There
don't
was
know
a
about
beer.
that.
where I've got 'em.
Don't know about that.
Would you like to hear a big moment, boys?
Sure.
Sorry, that sounded like a very strange offer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit like the Super Bra advert for audio.
This is from David Cleaver.
Oh, yes.
And what I like
Coincidentally.
is... it's a tweet, but he's called it Friday Night Trawl. It's a whole thing now. Big moment. The guy I work with has informed me that Les Dawson was actually a very good piano player.
Excellent.
Come on, that's going in.
Well, that's a good one.
He says the same guy that has told me 3 times that tomatoes are fruits.
Oh,
He
brilliant.
sounds like a fun work colleague, doesn't
I'd
he?
just say for new readers, a big moment. I won't bother telling you why it's called this. Is when someone tells you something, thinking there's no way in the world you'd know it, and it's one of those facts that you've heard many, many times. I know there'll be people at home who didn't know Les Dawson was in fact a really good piano player, or in fact don't know who Les Dawson is.
Possibly.
But
Oh, that's true.
but it's a good one, that, and the tomatoes being a fruit is also a good one. It's the pip defining thing, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I say, on the subject we were talking about feeling trapped in your own facial hair, I feel a bit claustrophobic in the studio today because the window
Oh, yeah.
has been... I feel like Bruno Gantz in Downfall. They've blacked out the window of our studio.
Is that the character's name or the actor's name?
It's the bloke who plays Hitler, I think.
Oh,
isn't
is
it?
it?
Oh,
Yeah.
lovely.
Yeah.
I thought you'd done that because we were distracted and I genuinely thought that this morning. I came in this morning and saw the window had been taped up, and I thought, that's because I looked through the window the other week.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
We were
I-
distracted out.
We
I
don't-
thought Frank had done it.
I should say that because we do a Saturday morning show, we don't see many people because there's not that many people around, is there, on a Saturday?
It's just security guard.
in absolute towers.
Yeah.
But there was a time. Why I like the window being clear is there was a period when they used to have people who wanted to be in radio would come and do a one-day course here, and I liked the idea of people who wanted to be in radio looking in at us and
Yes.
thinking, "Wow."
Yeah.
They are in radio. They looked
Let's
at
have
us.
a look at what you could have won.
Yeah,
I think they were saying, wow.
they were.
That's nice.
I think they were saying, "Wow."
Yeah, but imagine how old we look to them.
No, we look like gods to them. We were in radio and they wanted to get in radio. I mean, was there any better? Could we be in any better position in life than when they looked in that window at us?
It was a similar face to the crowds at the royal wedding, wasn't it? It was very similar to that.
I looked at them like I look at the pedicure fish in a bowl beneath me, and they looked at me like I was Achilles. And now it's gone. There's a blanket up the window. I mean, what is people keeping
They'd
out the
stop doing the tours anyway.
No, I know, but imagine if they've started again today and they're just walking past the blanket and they'll think, oh, that Frank Skinner, he's put a blanket up, doesn't want to be looked at. So untrue.
Yeah, you love being looked at.
Yeah, I do. I mean, what's the point of doing it if you're not going to have people thinking, oh, I wish I was in radio. Now people are walking past and thinking, oh, that's a very dense blanket. Rubbish. Oh, I've got a blanket anecdote. I'll tell you later.
Absolute Radio.
Frank Skinner on Absolute Radio.
We've had some updates on the piranha situation.
Oh, yeah.
The fish, this is from 545, the fish are Gararufa fish, I don't know if that's pronounced right, rather than actual piranhas. They all went out of business due to hygiene issues. Verrucas in the
I
water
said that.
and the cruelty to the fish.
Verrucas
Love the
in the
show,
water?
guys. Yeah, verrucas in the water.
I know. It's serious.
Yeah.
Do you think that would have still been a popular song if it had been called Verrucas in the Water?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's...
What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet.
Correct.
719,
I always think.
talking of sweet, 719 goes on to say, well, I should read that because it starts with Frank is right.
Oh,
And I
yes.
know you'll like that.
Lovely.
These fish will only eat dead skin, so no safe word needed.
Oh.
Do you see?
So they stop when they get to the live bit. They go,
That's weird, isn't it?
"Ugh."
Yeah.
That's like...
how they do
That'd
it.
be like eating just the yellow parts of a pomegranate. I wonder if anyone in the world says, oh, no, I don't like them pips. It gets in the way of all that lovely... that labyrinthine yellow
Yeah.
squidge. I'll tell you what we haven't mentioned this morning, by the way. The news story in this morning's papers is Benedict Cumberbatch, Sherlock, Doctor
By
Strange.
sheer luck,
Yeah,
as the Sun had it.
yeah.
Look, can you hear this?
Oh, is that what they've done? Sherlock.
And this is, I think, as Emily was saying, this is the Have a Go hero.
Yeah.
And
Well, I think enough of them ended badly for people to be put off being the have-a-go hero. I think
that's the
what
trouble.
happened to
That's
it.
the trouble with the Have a Go hero thing. But he
Good
was
for him, though.
Absolute Radio.
Frank Skinner on Absolute Radio.
So Benedict Cumberbatch, who plays Sherlock
Holmes.
Doctor Strange, and that other I can't remember the name of it. There's a really good thing on Sky at the moment about a
Yes,
drug.
Patrick Melrose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's anyway. One
a
of his
busy
other,
actor.
he's in an Uber, right? So he's looked up. This is like a footballer describing the goal, right? So he's in an Uber. He's looked up.
He's got loads of space.
He's seen 4 blokes attacking a Deliveroo driver.
Yeah. Well, the papers referred to them as yobs, which is another whatever happened to.
Yeah, and muggers is another whatever happened to.
It's very
In
retro.
fact, they actually said on the headline that that he foils.
Oh,
And foils is not,
Do you think they intentionally
Files
used quite
form-
Victorian language for this as well?
Oh, yes, of course. I
They
hadn't
called it the
thought of
hounding of the bicycles.
That was
Fair-
good.
fair
That is
play.
good.
That was good. What the thing that worried me, we were always taught at our school, never run with a pipe in your mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I hope he
Joking
didn't.
hazard.
I hope he didn't break that golden rule. But it was, yeah. So we should say that he got out of his Uber, left his wife in the back seat, and whatever happened to equality? Hey, hey. Oh, it's all right. We want this. We want that. Come on, get out the Uber then and take these 4 blokes on. That's what he said. That's my impression
Yeah.
about Benedict. How do you think it's coming on? It's a
all
work in
right.
progress.
I'll tell you what he said when he got out the car. He said, "Leave him alone."
Yeah, that, I like
Probably in
that.
exactly that tone, I
Do you
suspect.
think so?
Yeah.
How do you, Frank? How do you think he said
And
it?
the wife said, "Can you shut the door after you if you're going to approach those hoodlums?" And he said, "Oi, leave him alone." And he went over and he started,
He sorted them out.
yeah, I mean, respect to Mondo.
Oh, yeah.
Do you
Brilliant.
believe that the drama took place near 221B Baker Street? Because I think that might be
we're all, you never,
Exactly.
if you
Define
live in
near.
London, you're never more than 6 feet away from
Yeah.
two.
I mean, that could be Watford, couldn't it? Like, there's
Yeah.
an international newspaper that are describing it as near.
Yeah.
They know they've got foreign readers that are thinking.
But
"Wait,
well
it's
done,
still
well
near."
done, Benedict Cumberbatch. And apparently he's been, as a result of this, he's been awarded French citizenship,
Oh, nice.
which is respect for him.
The Frank Skinner Show. Listen live every Saturday morning from 8 on Absolute Radio.
This is Frank Skinner on Absolute Radio with Emily Dean and Alan Cochrane. You can text the show on 81215, follow the show on Twitter at Frank on the Radio, or email the show via the Absolute Radio website.
I'd like to bring something to your attention, Frank, but I do so with a sense of foreboding, because sometimes when we go for brunch after the show,
Yeah.
sometimes if we start discussing recipes or eating out something like that, you'll go, "Oh, save this for your normal friends."
Yeah,
But I do, in a way, want to discuss food. But I'd like to tie it in to topical news.
Can I, on the food, I have a sort of a food query.
Is
do
it
you?
to do with it getting stuck in beards?
It's to do with the Benedict Cumberbatch thing.
Deliveroo.
Yeah, what do Deliveroo men, do they have money? Do they have cash on them then? Do you pay
No, I
them
think-
cash?
I think they might have just been trying to steal his bicycle or maybe his
Yeah.
gadgetry.
Maybe it just
Or the
smelled.
food.
Maybe it
It
smelled
just
great.
felt good.
Yeah. Or
You know, when
perhaps
you
they were
walk
just
past
baddies.
you walk past say you walk past the spot you like, and you get
Oh,
that
yeah.
smell.
I
and
don't
you
have
think,
those anymore, Frank.
Oh, I don't think there's.
Oh,
I don't think there's
It's
envy like somebody else's chips, is there? Like when you
Ow.
smell someone
Oh,
else's
no.
chips, there's no
Al Frank doesn't know that Spot You Like is not around anymore.
sad news.
Is that-
I didn't know that.
Is that more
Is
shocking?
it gone?
than- I
It's
think-
counterintuitive, that though, isn't it? Because you'd think that the jacket potato is a healthier thing
Apparently.
than a lot of fried food, and yet Spud You Like has gone.
That is a shame.
The
If
world's
it has
upside
gone,
down.
has it definitely gone? Spud you like?
Is there a Spud you like near any of our
dead?
readers?
They died out about 20 years ago, love.
Well, it sounds like there's a gap in the market. If both me and Frank think that it's a good business idea, I reckon.
Tattoo removal and Spud you like too.
Yeah, it's great because people,
They're the
people
business
love,
ideas.
what I find people love these days is carbs. Very big carbs. Carbs are massive.
But that
so
doesn't
big.
stop kebab shops and
Yeah, which
fish
is
and chip
meat-based
shops and
protein,
McDonald's.
not carbs.
What?
Spud you like is based around carbs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kebabs is based around protein.
Well, it's
Which
got
is meat.
bread. It's got bread round it.
Yeah, but there's still protein available. Thank you. Your witness.
Well, Kim Jong-un is unlikely to give up his nuclear weapons, but he may be amenable to open a burger.
Spud you like sounds like one of his cabinet ministers.
He may be amenable to opening a burger joint as a gesture of goodwill towards the USA.
What does I don't quite understand what that means.
Well-
Say, look,
Burger
we're
joint.
keeping the nuclear weapons, but I tell you what.
You can
What
have
say
a-
we open a Julie's pantry in Pyongyang?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good. Well, it's him.
Well,
Is it a cultural gesture?
I think so, and it's also that Donald Trump apparently has said in the past, "Oh, if me and Kim Jong Un eat, we're not going to go to one of these like long Chinese state dinners. We're going
Yeah.
to have hamburgers at the conference table." That's what he said.
Oh, it's good to plan ahead.
That
there.
doesn't sound depressing,
I
does
must
it?
admit,
Hamburgers on a
I have,
conference
now
table.
I come to think, I haven't given any thought whatsoever to if me and Kim Jong ate.
Well, they are in the process of planning it, but I
You
think
know, I've been in many posh restaurants and thought, you know what, I'd rather be in, Spud you like,
Yeah.
for example.
You've
You know,
got
there's
somebody
such a-
like today.
But
When
there's
we can
such a-
arrange time travel.
They're such a faff, posh restaurants,
Yeah.
whereas things like Wagamama, they're just the stuff comes
Stuff
quick.
that's there.
Oh,
Do you know what?
Love
This
it.
is his man of the people material.
no,
Yeah.
it's really.
No, you do, but I know what you mean, but I mean, come on.
Well, also, I
A
think
burger
Donald
joint.
Trump is being effective there. I think he's saying, look, there's a lot of history between the two countries. We need to deal
Is
with it.
there?
What, North Korea and America? Yeah. I mean,
Hold on a minute, though.
I bet most Americans didn't know there was a North Korea until the 50s.
Can I just say, I don't think
Yes.
this is such a gesture of goodwill
yeah.
because he's got previous with burgers. That whole family, that whole household
Trumps?
have. No.
Oh, the Kim Jong-un's?
Yeah. His father,
Kim Jong-il?
yes.
Yeah.
He invented the hamburger.
He did.
That's what they believe.
He was
apparently.
known as Burger Kim. Kimpy, that was another one of his.
Very good.
Yes, this is the
We-
theory.
yeah.
I don't know if this is unofficial. This is what Kim Jong-un and I believe the North Korean people believe. That Kim Jong-il, his dad, invented.
The burger, but he called it not the burger. Do you know what he called it,
I
boys?
believe he called it double bread with meat, which is the austerity version of the Big Mac. Oh, no, I don't want double meat. I want more bread, please.
I've got some great
Yeah.
news. 412 has just texted. Frank is right. Never doubt him. Spud you like, still going.
Come on! What a morning I've had! Fantastic. 2 big ticks for me. That's fantastic news.
one?
The first one was the reason they stopped the pedicure thing.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, you've
Didn't realise you were
forgotten that.
keeping
How
a chart.
strange that you've erased that from your memory, like dead skin. The most amazing thing about this story is I assume that they did have, McDonald's and type
Wow.
things.
In North Korea?
Listen, I've got
Are you
to.
telling me that Kim Jong-un got that size without fast food?
It was Stilton. He loves cheese.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
He gets burgers. This is the word on the street.
Oh, yeah.
He gets burgers flown over from McDonald's in Beijing.
Wow,
Yeah.
Oriental Elvis. I'm
Air
loving it.
Deliveroo.
Loving it. What a guy. Oh, man. Well, it's a fabulous tale, and we'll continue to forensically examine it after this.
Frank
Frank Skinner,
on Absolute Radio.
Absolute Radio.
Frank, do you remember I said earlier, I suggested that, I think I may have even laughed at you when you suggested that Spud You Like was still in existence as a chain. I think I may have got it a little bit wrong.
Yeah.
Paul has been in touch. Hello, I've enjoyed a Spud You Like in Glasgow, Bristol and Dundee fairly
Everyone's
recently.
talking about carbohydrates. Talk about.
There are ones popping up in Basildon,
Fab.
in Lakeside.
One in Lakeside.
Yeah,
Lovely.
I mean, right now
Oh, a
I
fancy
feel
one there.
very humiliated.
I
Well,
think
I'm-
there are a lot. I've got a memory of there being one in a shopping centre in Edinburgh as well.
why didn't you speak up?
You've
Because
changed
I
your
assumed
tune.
that I assumed that it had gone under and that I'd missed the news story.
Okay.
You know, I've had a holiday.
Well, I nearly closed Clinton's cards.
Oh yeah.
Or did
that
I
was-
close them? I suggested
Yeah,
they'd
well-
gone under, so I'd like to apologise.
I think Hillary found out, didn't she, about them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to apologise to Spud You Like.
Yes, and I say I'm very happy that they still exist.
Well, 245 has said
Well,
there's
let's
an
not go that
independent jacket potato selling stall in Redhill Market on a Thursday. Never a queue, though. There always is for the chicken tikka wraps. Little snapshot into the
Yeah, I like that.
food preferences of the Redhill Market.
I hope it's got a bit of a punning title.
The chicken tikka wraps place.
No,
or
the other one, the other. 'Cause
Oh, right.
Spud You Like, although I like Spud You Like, I think they could have done better with the name. It was from the days of Toys R Us and all that
Yeah.
when they,
Yes.
they
It was
went for
very
that.
fashionable, that sort of thing. Oh, lingo, I nearly said.
Yeah.
That's very whatever happened to. Spud You Like exists. Hi, Frank. Frank
Be a
is
good headline.
Frank is right again, twice in one day.
Oh, my
He
goodness.
said it. There is a Spud You Like at my local retail outlet centre.
This is great news. Well, they
Okay.
should get in touch with the North Korean government and see if they can get in quick.
Yeah.
Would you even call it fast food?
Oh, if it's that planned.
No, I'm on about Spud You Like. 'Cause
Oh.
It doesn't seem
it takes a while.
fatty and fried enough to be fast food.
I think it just needs to be ready when you go up and order it, doesn't it?
I
For it
tell you
to
what,
No
I
double
qualify as
bread
fast
with
food.
meat.
I tell you what I bought
Double
this
bread
week.
with meat. Apparently, he doesn't have both bits of bread now, Donald
No.
Trump.
Oh, yeah, that's his diet.
He has.
yeah. He takes one of the...
takes one of the top bits of the bun or the bottom bit. He only has half of the bread bun now.
Okay.
Oh, that's why his skin looks so
Mayor
nice.
Giuliani said it in the public domain.
I imagine he puts a top on it, which is a different colour from the bottom bit. So it's a sort of a McDonald Trump. But big.
Do you know Kim Jong-un cuts his own hair?
He never does.
He does, because he's
Well, he does
scared
himself
of barbers.
he does a very good fade.
Scared of
He
barbers.
fears barbers, yeah.
Oh, he might be like me. He just finds the small talk crippling.
Always worried
No,
about
apparently
maybe...
he loves small talk.
Yeah.
It's one of his things. But he's had that thing. You know, I told you that when I had my hair washed in a barber's, I leaned my head back. And it suddenly occurred to me, if they chop me in the Adam's apple, I might choke to death.
Oh, yeah.
And once you've had that thought, you just can't ever do it again. You just
Right.
can't relax in it. Maybe he's had that. Although I think you could probably chop him in the neck and not reach the Adam's apple. God bless him. He certainly needs a Big Mac. Such a simple and yet beautiful joke.
Absolute Radio.
Frank Skinner on Absolute Radio.
One of the things that I read about the Kim Jong-un burger thing is that when they had the double bread with meat
Oh, yeah.
that his dad invented, supposedly, they used to eat it with plastic gloves on.
Yes. I've seen
Yeah.
those.
And I thought, that's...
Like the ones at petrol stations. a
Yeah, I
bit.
suppose so.
It's a great idea.
I think it's I thought... I've always struggled a bit, to be honest, with cutlery.
Oh, yeah, I noticed
It's
that.
ju-
yeah.
no, but it's such a difficult
Why do you
thing.
find it a bit Benedict
Well, there's
cumbersome?
I do, yeah. There's so many things like salad. with a knife and fork.
Oh,
It's
I ate a salad with my hands yesterday. It's so easy, isn't it?
Yeah, much. I always eat
Whoa,
salad with
whoa.
my hands.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, how we eat salad.
In boxer shorts on a hotel bed. No? Picture
Well,
the
never
scene.
mind how you have it served.
I quite like that. Yeah, I like
That's
that. I'm afraid, for the American corruption when it comes to the salad, which is to use my fork in the right hand to switch hands and just rely on the fork.
Yeah.
I think it makes me look
But
like I'm an
picking
agent
up
doing a big deal. I look important.
But picking up lettuce with a fork, it's not. You have to go for the spine
yeah, I stab
to
it.
get any
Yeah.
sort of purchase at all.
You're right.
But I always eat it with my hands. I eat most stuff with my hands, and I like food that naturally comes with a handle.
All right.
You know, like a
Okay.
chicken leg or a chop, lamb chop, toucan.
A toucan. Roasted toucan.
It's a roasted toucan, absolutely perfect.
We have a few of them on a spit, don't we, at the start of the show, and you just nibble on them throughout.
It's man, it's so easy that.
That's why he often puts a long song on.
And also, if I'm eating toucan and you get a bit of an itchy back,
Oh,
Give it a little. Lovely.
It's got the. I'll tell you what. This week,
yeah.
I tend to buy my chicken already cooked.
Oh,
You know, I like to eliminate the middleman.
that's a shame.
Yeah, why is that a shame?
Because you're not doing the cooking. It's a nice thing to do sometimes.
No, I hate it.
All right, fair enough. It was good we're all different.
Lovely little exchange.
I think, well, why cook it when you can buy it cooked? That's it.
More
you know.
packaging, the pleasure of cooking your own food, that sort of stuff.
I'm with Frank. I like a cooked chicken.
Well, it's all, as I say, it's good we're all different.
As my dad used to say, I don't keep dogs to bark myself.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I won't give you the context in which he said it. It'd be things like
dear.
when my mum
Okay.
said, make your own tea.
All right. You will give us the context.
But I did in the end. I gave you the context. It was historical.
Yeah.
But I used to buy a whole cooked chicken, and then I went for chicken breasts, and then I went for chicken legs. And then this week, they had chicken thighs.
Oh, yeah.
That's a peculiar concept, isn't it?
In what sense?
Well, I just thought, why single out that? They don't have chicken calves. I looked for
There's
chicken
less meat
calf.
on them, dear.
Is there anything? Is there such a thing as a chicken calf?
It's probably
I don't think
scraped and used in other
chickens
chicken
have.
dishes.
Do chickens have calves?
Yeah,
8,
but
12,
they'll be small.
15. I don't think they have. It seems to be just bone and then the thigh thing.
I mean, thigh's pushing it.
But if they don't have calves, then a chicken thigh is a chicken leg, surely.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to let you have that.
Anyway, they've cut through the bone on them. That's the weirdest slice of chicken. I won't be getting those again.
Will you?
Oh no, that's their history. They're dead to me, chicken
I like
thighs.
the way you said it, like you won't be getting my business again.
No.
Thighs.
Glad you're keeping us updated.
Stupid
with this.
chicken. If they bring out a chicken calf, I'll be straight in there.
Just have a go.
No, they sell wings. How much meat
They
is
do.
on a chicken wing?
Not so much.
You don't get chicken calf. Chicken Kiev, that's the closest you
That's
get.
very
Chicken
close.
Kiev.
Chicken. Yeah.
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 Accented calf, that's it.
I like a chicken Kiev as well.
Mm-hmm.
Especially.
Oh, whatever happened to?
Are they gone? They haven't gone.
I
Are
think they're
No,
still alive
listen.
and
they?
well.
What Kiev you like? We need to talk about chicken Kiev. That popular movie. Oh, I love sometimes when it was really hot, much hotter than you expected.
Oh,
the
yeah.
inner cream.
Very.
You don't see
Like
them
a
as much
Pop-Tart.
anymore, though. I mean, it is a bit.
It was like a savoury Pop-Tart.
It was, yeah, savoury Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't go into a restaurant. I'll have the chicken Kiev and the Black Forest Gatto.
Oh, sounds like a great night.
I'd like to go into a posh restaurant and say, like a chicken Kiev with 2 straws, please, and then put them into the inner corn. Drink that before you eat the
Oh,
meat
you'd be
around it.
burned
Wow.
from the inside.
That'd be. I tell you what I did the other day in a bit of improv. I used I was away, so I didn't have all my normal tools. I used
Why didn't you call one of your friends in the S&M community?
Do what?
There might be one local.
Frank's power tools.
I
Just
used,
for eating dinner.
I used an avocado as an egg cup.
Did
It's
you?
Absolutely perfect indentation in the middle.
Good shout.
Frank, that's a great idea.
Yeah, and it looks quite good as well. It looks a bit like it could have been a car in Captain Scarlet.
Yeah.
Not much sort of structural integrity, though, for the base.
I'll be honest with you, it's a little bit underripe.
Oh,
okay.
That's the secret. I think it ripe. By the time I let the egg, it had ripened. I mean,
Perfect.
timing in this business is everything.
You're listening to Frank Skinner's podcast from Absolute Radio.
Eve Barrett, aged 11, has just texted, my dad is driving, but he thinks a chicken drumstick is a chicken's calf and the thigh would be the upper leg.
So when you get a drumstick, that's the calf, is it? That bit of
Yeah.
meat on the end?
Yeah.
Can I just say to Eve Barrett, aged 11, that that's a great text and you haven't misspelled anything. It's all really good. And we have adults regularly make mistakes, so strong
Yeah.
work, Eve.
Some in this studio,
Yeah.
you know.
I think most 11-year-olds can spell, can't they?
Well, yeah, but
There we go.
how come
Minimise it.
how come we get many 41-year-olds that can't then? Why is that right,
Well,
eh?
that's drink. Yeah, I was picturing a drumstick as a chicken's leg, if you know what I mean.
Like the entire leg.
I suppose
yeah.
I was imagining the chicken in pantaloons,
I know what you mean. I
So
think
it-
I was, yeah.
so that it was it hadn't, you know, you could imagine like toreador pants. So the lower part was the calf, and there's no meat on it. I got mixed
I was
up. Simple
similarly
as that.
inclined, and I just felt they were a little bit short-legged.
Anyway, I don't like the size.
I thought it was a bit Scott Parker legs, and
Oh, yeah.
I have similar ones. But they're lovely.
What, your legs are lovely? You're saying that
Yeah.
officially on radio?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I've never heard such vanity in all my
You've got
life.
nice legs as well.
Well, thank you.
I think actually Donald Trump has a grand plan.
He's got
for,
great legs, by the
He
way.
has, yeah. Great legs, the best legs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's got a grand plan to have this meeting with Kim Jong-un, and it seemed friendly. And then he's going to go, oh yeah, we're going to have burgers at the conference table, but I got special burgers that are
Yeah.
a bit better than usual ones. And then he's going to bring in some of those gourmet burgers, you know, the sort of big
Oh, yeah.
towery ones. Kim Jong-un won't know that there's a wooden stick in it, and he'll choke to death. Whilst Trump just laughs and maniacally licks his fingers of sauce and salt.
I had a near miss
Job done.
with a roll mop herring recently on that very basis.
Oh, yeah.
I nearly
The jeopardy.
I nearly got a steak for the roof of the mouth.
Oh, did you? It's better that than sideways, though, and then it'd still be there now.
Better here than Philadelphia.
Is it?
So that's what. Isn't that what
what they say?
W.C. Fields had on his tombstone?
Is that right?
I think so. When he wanted it. I'll tell you what I did. This is an error, I think, on the eating out front. Is that I had a chop, like one of these big. I can't remember what county. You know, they're often the big ones have got a county.
Oh,
affixed.
yes,
Oh,
yeah.
So it was like
Lancashire
a Derbyshire chop.
or-
Yeah.
I'm thinking a Derbyshire neck, which was another name for a goiter,
Oh, was it?
massive neck tumour.
That's nice.
Yeah. Anyway, breakfast radio here at Absolute, and I had this chop. It was fantastic. It was just like one of the great chops. It was a big chop as well.
One of the greats.
Yeah, one of the greats.
Chop described like one of the greats.
Chop of the week. It was a really brilliant chop, and I loved it.
Good.
It's great. It had the handle. The fat was done to a crispiness. Oh, it was great.
Perfect.
You're lovely.
And it was a big mama of a chop.
The chop, yeah.
Did you have anything with? I just want to envisage the thought. So you had the chop. Anything else on the plate?
Oh yeah, I had
Bread
a few.
and butter?
I had
What else?
some green vegetables.
Good
and
lad.
things.
Okay.
Yeah.
That helps.
They know me.
They don't warrant any specifics.
They were
They were
fine.
just
They
vegetables.
were fine.
Okay.
Apparently
the company
the
of a-
greens help the protein go to where it should. So
Is
you
that
need
right?
to eat your greens.
No, I eat my greens, but the greens you don't get excited
They weren't
about.
as.
No, they're not as
The chop
fun.
was the Cheryl, and
You know
the
where-
rest of were like the girls allowed the vegetables.
yeah.
The rest
Yeah,
of them.
exactly.
Yeah?
Like
Barnsley chop, maybe.
Yeah.
Like the.
Yeah.
I don't think it was Barnsley. No.
Oh,
I might have remembered that.
someone's saying top of the chops.
Look,
Barnsley.
I've had a Barnsley chop, but yeah, like the prettier girls at
Yeah.
school would hang around with
Yeah,
them
yeah,
playing a mate,
exactly.
so
Yeah.
they looked even better.
Yeah.
Well, the chop looked great, and then I went back to the.
Strange love rival for Cat, the chop.
So a couple of nights later, I went back to the same restaurant,
Oh,
and I made that classic mistake. I tried to relive
oh.
No.
the chop. It's like anything in life.
Never go back.
Like when you can have a party with a brilliant party, invite the same people the following week, and it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Diminishing returns, my friend.
Yeah, and it was fine. It was fine, but and in a way, it retrospectively diminished the original Chop experience.
Well, that's a shame.
You killed off experience number
Why
one.
didn't I just leave it there at Chop 1?
Yeah.
I've asked myself that 100 times since.
You've been back 100 times. to see
No,
if you
just
could get
lying in bed thinking about
lost
it.
chops.
Thinking about it. Trying to remember what the first Chop felt like before it was...
Oh, right, yeah.
Imagine going to bed thinking of that.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I don't need to. I often go to bed thinking of food that I've eaten.
What
in the
about when
past.
Gary Barlow used to wake up when he wasn't allowed carbs or chocolates, when he had to lose weight for take that, and he woke up and he was licking the pillow because he dreamt it was a Twix.
That's a bit like the old I dreamt I was eating a giant marshmallow last night. When I woke up, the pillow had gone.
I love that joke.
Oh,
This wasn't a joke. This was this man's life.
Oh, and let Gary Barlow's pillow be covered in gel. Yuck.
Absolute Radio.
Frank Skinner on Absolute Radio.
Do you remember the square burgers of yesteryear?
No.
My mum used to buy packets of square hamburgers, beef burgers, whatever you... I suppose it would be a beef burger because a hamburger has to be
Yeah.
round, I think.
Does it?
Did she really? I've not ever
No.
come across those.
No.
But we used to have them on round... actually, we might have just had them on sliced bread. Maybe that's why they work so well.
Mm-hmm.
If you put them on a circular bun, obviously the corners stick out.
Yeah.
It looks
Yeah.
a bit like... You remember when the sun comes out in Teletubbies with a child's face?
Yes.
But instead of the child's face, it's just like a bun roof.
Oh.
You know the bun roof.
Oh.
You're looking at me like I've made this up.
No, I think we know the bun roof. I think that might be the part that Donald Trump removes. now.
This is your lying hour, and we let it go.
No. But when you think about the cheeseburger,
Yeah.
that's
And I do.
square, isn't it? The cheese.
Oh, the cheese, yeah. So you get a square on a
If
circle.
they reintroduce the square burger, that would support the drooping corners, the now drooping corners of the cheese square.
Indeed.
Come on, guys.
Okay.
And
No,
of course,
we
our Scottish
understand.
fan base will be thinking that they've got flat sausage that's
Oh,
exactly
they've got the square sausage, yeah,
lawn
which
sausage.
are great for posting. Of course.
Very useful, yeah.
That's the
I get them
brilliant thing
delivered,
about
you're
it.
right.
You
Yeah.
get it delivered.
I do post
Do you get it sent over from Beijing? Yeah. Isn't it great that he
It's
does
a
that? I
lovely-
love him for that.
What's
You gotta
brilliant
love him.
about it is that the
You've
ketchup,
got to love him.
the ketchup sits on the square. You know how it
Yeah.
slides off a sausage?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sits on the square one.
Yeah.
That's my view. So they're in negotiation anyway to sum up this story. And
Yeah.
And they're going to have a burger together.
America said, will you get rid of nuclear weapons? And Kim Jong-un said, no, but I'll tell you what, we'll get one burger place
Yeah.
in Pyongyang.
I'm not even sure it is as thorough as that. I think an American document has been
A
leaked
CIA document.
saying we don't think that they'll give up their nuclear weapons, but
Okay.
they might have a burger with us.
Oh.
We have evidence to suggest that this will happen. Yeah.
Because financially, getting if they had a McDonald's, say, that
Yeah.
could be the beginning of that would probably bring down, I think, the North Korean brand of communism.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
McDonald's
Yeah.
would just give people a glimpse of how tasty
Yeah.
capitalism really can be.
Yeah.
Assuming that they can afford to
Come
go
on,
there,
please.
of course.
I mean, I'd like to win the negotiation. I'd like to Kim Jong-un saying, look, I draw the line at dill pickle.
You know what I love about Kim is that he has some self sort of style titles. Very Paul Ince the Governor.
Yeah.
Yes.
And two of my favourites of his self-styled are the Brilliant Comrade.
Is that what he calls himself?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And the other one is the Genius Among Others.
Oh,
I mean,
nice.
come on.
That's a
The
good one.
Genius Among Others. I've got a new name, everyone, today.
The thing
Genius
is,
Among
the
Others.
genius among others has got a hint of big fish in a little pool about it, I think.
Yeah.
What? Yes, he felt he needed to add the caveat among others.
Yeah, so here, genius in North Korea is what he's basically
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
where I won't let anyone else get educated.
Yeah.
Can I say?
He's a big fish in a small foot bath. That's what he is.
He is.
That's great. Oh,
Thanks
Yes,
very much.
and he's nibbling at the dead skin of capitalist fast food mania.
turns out it's
not?
quite fattening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, he must have got through a few feet in his
I
time.
won't get him a Swiss ball.
I had a card from Chris Hunter.
Did you?
Oh,
Oh, how is he?
he's all right actually.
Great. Who is he?
Whether he's found any Chris's, I don't know.
How is he? Who is he?
He just sent me a postcard because he was in St Lawrence's Church in Ledbury in Shropshire, and it is the resting place of A.E. Houseman.
Oh.
Now, our long-term readers may know that was. I introduced an alarm for whenever A.E. Houseman was mentioned on the show.
Yeah.
Natch.
It only happens the first time, so you can say it again.
Yeah.
After. But we haven't hit the old AEH alarm for a long time.
For a while.
I
Lovely hearing
enjoyed
that.
it.
Still sounds good.
So I sort of assumed he'd been Westminster Abbey. He's in Ledbury, which I think was the first holiday I ever had.
To
It was
Ledbury?
a weekend in Ledbury. Yeah. Yeah, it rocked. But thanks for that, Chris. I don't have any, there's no further bit. That's
Okay. His house is for sale, though, if anyone's interested.
it.
A.
Oh, Chris
Houseman.
Hunters.
No, A. Houseman.
How is it?
Yeah.
I don't think we should be plugging people. People should just send in. We're not Zoopla.
We've also answered an email that we had about whatever happened to the A.E. Houseman alarm. It's back. It's back in its well.
Really? That's,
Oh, there you go.
A.E. Houseman's house is for sale.
Yeah, blue plaque.
Is it called the A.E. House?
Should be.
How much is it?
I don't know. I'll have to
I
look
love
on
it.
Rightmove.
Oh,
It's
last
quite
time
near,
this happened,
it's
it was
quite
about-
near me. It's up the road. We'll have a chat.
It's
Is
about
it
a George
really?
Formby
Oh, it's in
ukulele
London.
or
It'll be
something.
expensive then, won't it? I thought
Yeah,
if
well,
it's
you're
in
good for it.
Shropshire.
I'll put some in if you want.
Oh,
It's like
dear.
those
I'll
people
chuck a
that go
tenner
to
in
Wembley
towards
and
it.
say the Coca-Cola was so expensive.
I thought if it's in Shropshire, I'd nip down the road for a spud you like. Well, I'll be able to do that in Highgate.
Absolute Radio.
Frank Skinner on Absolute Radio.
We've got a massive correction.
Hold on. I've got to do me. I've got to
Oh,
do me
sorry,
housekeeping.
love. Sorry, love.
This is Frank Skinner on Absolute Radio with Emily Dean and Alan Cochrane. You can text the show on 81215. Follow the show on Twitter at, that's that Cumberland sausage thing, at Frank on the Radio. And email the show via the Absolute Radio website.
Yep.
Hold on, let me go for the correczione.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
you were on
we
a
were
good run today, Frank. You were on
I
a good
was.
run.
Yeah. And then what were we talking about, Al? We were
A.E.
talking
Houseman.
about A. Houseman and
Yeah.
where he was buried. Hi, Frank. Ledbury is in Herefordshire. That's Dale from Shropshire, who used to live in Herefordshire. So I believe you thought it was in Shropshire. Is that correct?
Can I tell you where I accept that was an error.
342 is, can I just let you know, Ledbury's in Herefordshire, not Shropshire.
Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
Chris from Hereford, FYI, as well.
Okay.
There's even a statue of Houseman in Bromsgrove High Street. That's
Someone does try
I
and-
thought Bromsgrove's in Worcestershire. Isn't
You're getting
it?
yourself into all sorts of Cumberland
Yeah.
sausage pickles.
Someone else said, I think he was buried in Ludlow, which is Shropshire. So there's reasons.
Well,
No, we're just saying that there's been a lot of interest in this.
Oh, yeah.
Well, can I say that
I mean, they
this,
love it when you're wrong.
this postcard on the bottom says Shropshire and then has 4 scenes from Shropshire on it.
Oh, yeah.
Little Stretton, Stokesay, Clun Castle, Much Wenlock, Care, Caradoc.
Oh, that's
So
a
you
shame.
can see how I was mizzled.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
completely mizzled, but I was wrong
Yeah.
and I hold up my hand a la basketball.
Mia culpa, yeah?
Yeah. Mia culpa. What happened to her?
She was
Aye,
good
that
fun.
Woody Allen, he messed. Oh, no.
Did he?
No, that wasn't her.
That
That was
wasn't her,
Mia
no.
Farrow. Who was Pia Zadora? Do you remember her?
Yes.
Don't know.
I do remember her.
She was elfin.
She was tiny. She was married to a very wealthy businessman, and she used to put on, who sort of paid for her acting and singing career.
Well, that sounds nice.
He would do things like hire out the Albert Hall, and she'd perform to 4 people and things.
No, I think she was a film star, though, wasn't she? Peter's Adora.
Yeah.
No, I think there was a moment where she was quite what they used to call a sex symbol. Whatever happens to can't have that anymore.
No,
That's
yeah.
gone. It's all gone.
We've also had...
Still can.
Can you still be a
What about
sex symbol?
Poldark? He's one.
I know, but he's a bloke.
Oh, is that allowed?
Oh, yeah, you can have them.
Oh, okay.
It's all right when they say it.
Oh, be quiet.
That's what...
Be quiet.
That's my
It's a
new one
radio
for him.
show.
That's my new one for him. He has to be told sometimes.
Oh, really?
I said with love.
There was a woman saying this in the paper this week.
Yeah,
True.
lovely.
There's a spud you like at the White Rose in Leeds.
I'm going.
There's a spud you like in Livingston Shopping Centre
could go
outside
to-
Edinburgh.
You could go to the test match today at Headingley and then
Yeah.
go to the spot you like at the White Rose Centre in Leeds.
Yeah. A spud you like in Ilford, Essex. All the hot spots have got a spud you like, it
Frank,
turns out.
and just my final thoughts on this food-based section of the show. 491. You remember you were talking earlier and you were saying that your mum used to make square burgers.
I think she bought them. I don't think she
Well,
made them.
hi Frank, square burgers 491 says were actually bird's eye steaklets as opposed to the beef burgers.
You know what? You're
which were
right.
round before the American hamburgers in buns caught on big time
Yeah.
with the advent of Mackie D's.
You're absolutely right.
Steaklets.
They were steaklets. Of course.
Oh, I love a steaklet. I miss a steaklet.
I only use a steaklet if I'm punishing Dracula without wishing to actually kill him. I'll use a very small steaklet.
Just impede him a bit.
Yeah, just as a warning.
Yeah.
This far and no further.
Give him a bit of a reducer.
Exactly. A bit of a countdown.
Oh, very
Oh.
Respect.
You're listening to Frank Skinner's podcast from Absolute Radio.
You might be thrilled to learn, this is news from 007. He says, hi Frank and guys, a place called Jake's in Essex has on its signage the home of the square burger.
Jake's is another name for a toilet, isn't it?
good. Is it?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah. That's a worry.
Why? I just didn't know that.
No, not that you didn't know it.
Oh,
That
right.
that a toilet could be the home of the square burger.
Right.
So paranoid.
No, I was just thinking, should I be more worried about that than I am?
Oh, there's that moment. Since you've been on the mat regularly, you've got very,
Do you think so?
very incendiary. Could go up at any minute.
I haven't.
Is he got a bit more alpha since the mat
I
work?
think 2 weeks ago when I was here, I went off on one when you started slagging off woks. So that was the last time.
I said that was very triggering for you,
Was.
the woks.
Yeah.
Nice walk if you can get it, I think was your last line. So,
I saw a story that I want to talk about, which
I
was to do
saw
with...
a mouse.
What?
Where? Everybody. There on the stair. Where on the stair? Right there. What a conversation
A
that
little
was.
mouse
Where on?
in a
Where?
cloud.
There. Okay.
How is he going?
He's going clip clippity clop on the stairs.
Oh, he had heels on.
He had clogs on.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Oh.
I want to talk about the zombie alert because, I mean, I
Can
don't...
we just say, by the way, that there isn't one? In case you thought. We're not
that's-
back referring to the news.
It's not some War of the Worlds moment.
I hadn't
Yeah.
even anticipated that hazard that people
Yeah, we
might
should
think
say
it's a zombie alert.
this happened in Florida recently, in Lake Worth, and they'd set the city administrators had sent out a warning about a power outage, but
That's a power cut, isn't it?
Yeah. That's what they call it as an
Yeah.
Americanism. But they'd warned them about that.
I thought they meant they'd exposed a lot of people were gay in the
Oh,
government.
yeah.
And in addition to...
Obviously, it wouldn't be exposed. You know what I mean?
Well, we know what you mean.
Oh.
But what was weird
if
is
it
the
was
text
secret?
that went out said, warning of power outage and extreme zombie activity.
I think it was the extreme that frightened people.
Yeah.
But I like the fact also that they sort of thought that would get second billing, the extreme zombie activity.
But I don't understand how did that happen? Why was there a zombie warning on an official?
We should say there was no zombie warning,
No.
and they sent out a correction only afterwards. I mean, I assumed there'd been a prankster, a sort of Simpsons socks wearer, had got
right.
hold of,
Got hold of the controls.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But don't think they ever. I've never seen, and I've been keeping an eye out. The actual. They've never actually come clean and say how it happened.
No. I
'Cause
reckon it is a prankster.
Do you think it would actually scare some people?
Oh, yeah, there are definitely people that are into the idea of a zombie being really a thing.
If I were a zombie.
They don't frighten me.
If I were a zombie.
Can I?
All day long gone.
It's the original draft, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. If I was a zombie, I would say to the other zombies, look, when we launch the attack, let's go April 1st.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because all warnings would be completely ignored. Alien attack
they
as
jump
well.
on
If
them.
I was
Yeah.
an alien, it's April the 1st. Do your research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People they wouldn't even lock their doors. You could just walk in.
If I was a zombie, I wouldn't rip my clothes and put blue on my lips. I would
No.
actually try and appear normal.
And also, what are they
Right, well, I'm
buried
struggling
in?
with that, and I'm not a zombie. But,
I don't know. They seem to be buried in cagoules and stuff like that. I mean,
the zombies.
Yeah,
the
it's
zombies.
like they've dressed from a thrift store,
Yeah,
isn't
but
it?
they don't-
Why do they walk so slowly?
They bury,
Hurry up.
They bury people in bomber jackets. You'd think it'd be at least smart casual
Yeah.
in the grave. But they all look like they've been... They look like, hooded youths.
Well, this is your point, Frank, about the clothes that the ghosts wear, essentially.
Oh, well,
Wrong
I
shoes.
imagine the ghosts look down on the zombies as a bit lazy. A bit, come as you are. I mean, yeah, they're work in progress. That's how the ghosts see them.
Yeah, they're like territorial army versus the real army or something.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah. Oh, can they walk through walls? Can they buffalo?
Absolute Radio.
Frank Skinner on Absolute Radio.
Oh,
We're talking about zombies on Absolute Radio.
Yeah,
this morning.
are you, either of you guys watch zombie movies?
No, I can't say I
Of
do.
course not.
I watched one.
That's a surprise.
It was. Oh, I can't. It was not Day of the Dead. It was something. One of those. And there was a lot of people eating. I can't go into details. But it was very, very.
They're very hungry. They have a lot of hunger, the zombies.
Starving. And I went to the toilet it was in the cinema. I went to the toilet halfway through. I remember the cubicle door wasn't locked, but it was just slightly ajar, and I kicked it open to make sure there was
Oh.
basically no zombies in there. That's what I thought. That's the state it got me to. I was terrified.
Thankfully, no one in there that you smashed the door into.
Well, they locked the door.
Oh, they should have, yeah.
Could have been Jerry Halliwell, apparently, who never locks the toilet
Is
door.
that right?
Do you not like
Good to know.
zombies because they frighten you, or just?
I don't like horror films. For all the sci-fi and stuff I love, horror films properly frighten. I got back, I remember, from watching Silence of the Lambs, and I had to park my car about 100 yards from my house. Couldn't park right next. And that's one of the scariest walks of my life.
Oh, really?
Yes. I know what you're thinking, but I don't care.
And then when you got in, did you eat liver and Chianti beans?
No.
Chianti fava beans.
I don't know what
No, I'll
Chianti
tell you
beans
what he
even
had.
are.
He had a
Whatever they
steak.
are.
He had a steaklet. That's what he likes. A
that'd be
square
lovely.
steaklet.
I wish.
He enjoys that.
Also, I've seen about 3 zombie films, is what I'm saying, and every one of them, there was a compound.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they love a compound of zombie.
Are they built space? If there's a zombie alert, do those go up quickly, though? Are they like flat pack compounds, or do most American towns have a compound?
They always
Good
have the barbed
question.
wire surrounding it as well.
Well, they have quite very high fences,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you can't go outside the compound. But
Well, I don't think your zombie is a natural leaper. I don't think they've got the
not-
body mechanics
Well,
of the...
they're not very.
but they're probably still ill. There's
Yeah.
no reason.
they're
There's no
very
reason why they should
poorly.
have got better. If they were ill enough to die,
Mm-hmm.
they're not going to be come out and be fleet of foot.
When you say ill enough to die, I mean, they
But
didn't
have they
pass
died?
away peacefully in their sleep.
Have
Who?
they died, or
The
are they in
zombies.
between?
Didn't they? I thought they died all sorts of different ways.
No, don't
don't
they
understand.
get killed normally, zombies?
Yeah.
And that's
No,
why they will
I
kill
thought
again.
They were just the dead rising up. Is that?
No,
is there
they,
a
they
specific?
attack. Listen, let me tell you about zombies.
Well, please do.
I don't know if this is right, and I'm sure this will be a worse controversy than Spud You
Don't
Lie.
imagine there's a nerd out there that's going to correct you
Isn't
if
it
it's wrong.
vampire? No, it's the vampire, the vampiric principle. So that in order to become a zombie, you have to be attacked by another zombie, I believe.
Well, then where do zombies start?
Well,
though?
quite. Where do vampires start? Your witness.
8, 12, 15. Where do zombies start there?
You'll find like a man had a relationship with a bat
Yeah.
somewhere in Eastern Europe, and it started off like that.
Who hasn't? Who are we to judge?
I bet that turned his sex life upside down.
Absolute Radio.
Frank Skinner on Absolute Radio.
We've had some bursting come in. I'm going to be honest. I think it's bursting. 940. Frank, where I live is practically a compound. I run a school sports ground in Guildford, and I have 2 fences. I'm growing all my own veg, shoot, and my house runs on oil. I'm ready to start my own town in the event of a zombie attack. Then I'd be a king, King Chris.
That's good to know. Where is it again? Guildford.
Guildford, yeah, that's where we should head in the event of a breakout.
I imagine it's I've been there. It's a genteel sort of a.
Seems quite calm when
I
I've
always
been there.
remember I used to go there in the. I suppose it would have been in the 80s,
Oh.
and I used to dream of seeing Zola Bod training around the streets because she theoretically lived there.
Did she?
Was
Yeah.
that pre or
Never knew
post
that.
beard?
That would have been. I don't
That's
think
how I view-
I don't think she had the beard.
Very good.
Frank. That's how I view your life now.
I think that was
There
very
was
beard. That was
Old
that-
Frank, who was beard and pitch invader flares,
Yeah.
which I always liked.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, maybe I'd started doing comedy
Shaving.
there. 'Cause why else would I have been in Guildford? Guildford would have seemed like the other side of the universe.
Maybe
to
there was a lady.
a
Who
man
knows?
living in Harborne in Birmingham.
Yeah. So we've also had some zombie news as well.
Yes. We've exposed our zombie ignorance. I
Well,
think.
we have. Zombies usually start, 362 says, with a virus that infects a scientist or a lab worker and spreads from there.
Okay. But how does it reach the dead?
Well, I'll tell you exactly. What happens is 275 says normally the first zombie gets infected by a man-made virus, then they infect others to become zombies by biting, scratching, and so on.
So they don't actually.
Like and so on.
But don't they rise from the ground? Don't they do that?
323 claims, I think the first zombie was bitten by a zombie god called a Zod that descended
well, now
for
we're
hell.
getting somewhere.
No.
And then that bitten zombie went on to bite more people. That's from Taylor, aged 11, also aged 11, and impeccably composed text message.
Yeah, and good facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No hint of the theories or the
No,
legend.
Just all presented as
yeah,
facts.
lighted it on the light. I love it.
So we're all happy about the zombies now.
I'm not happy.
Well, it's-
I'm slightly terrified after the announcement.
Yeah. We still don't know why they made that announcement.
No, it's weird, isn't it?
But you would think that people would take it with a pinch of salt.
I think it's one of those pranksters, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like when you do your April Fool, except to be fair to you, at least you do it on the appropriate day. When you said, I think the other year it was so that quick, come downstairs, the toilet's broken.
Yes. Or my car's been stolen.
That
Was
was
another
it.
one I
Oh,
did.
that's terrible.
That went
All,
well.
of course, the one that went most wrong, I've been offered a TV show with Gok Wan, in which I wear avant-garde outfits, walk round northern towns, and it's called Why Are You Wearing That? And Kat said
Something I ask
to me,
every day.
Kat said to me, I think we might have to end our relationship. You're not the person I thought you were. Never as an April Fool. Actually, they probably have gone worse than that. But
Yeah.
but yeah, that was quite bad.
15 if yours did. 8, 12, 15.
Well, no, because we don't want ones that involve fatalities.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not, come on, it's not our song.
No, exactly. Pardon? Yes. Well, what am I saying yes to? Any ideas? See, people could take that yes in isolation and superimpose it on a
Oh,
check.
easily.
Yeah.
Would that work?
Download it.
I don't think so. Oh, by the way, is this what? No, I'm being waved at. I must. I've got something to plug. Something that's happening on Absolute Radio tonight. I mention it now as an aide de memoire for the producer.
Okay.
Absolute Radio.
Frank Skinner on Absolute Radio.
We're still getting zombie info in, but before I forget, I think Big Daddy's got a bit of a special thing on tonight, Al.
Oh, yes. At 10 o'clock on Absolute Radio tonight, and also 8 o'clock tomorrow night, I'm interviewing Roger Daltrey.
I mean, come on.
Excellent.
Legend!
Yes, indeed.
Roger Daltrey, singer with The Who, of course.
Yeah.
The Who?
And tremendous
Someone
work.
had to. It was you.
Tremendous work. It'll also be available as a podcast. He was,
So we can listen to it
as John
at 10.
Bishop would say, it's a really great chat. And it was brilliant. I really enjoyed it. And
Bit of overtime for you as well,
I
isn't it?
can't wait.
Oh,
Bit
yeah.
of overtime, that'll look good next month when it
He
comes
was-
through.
Do you know, I'll never
Yeah.
forget him on that
Pudding week.
Live Aid stage.
Pudding week for me holidays. Oh, great. Pudding week involving. Yeah, I'm doing interviewing Roger Daltrey. Imagine if I'd said that when I worked at Hughes Johnson Stampings in Langley Green.
Can
You're going to
I,
do some overtime? Yeah, I'm going to interview Roger Daltrey. What? Carry on.
can I just get a quick tease? Did he... has he-
Okay, it's a good job we got the blinds up on that window.
That's in the current climate.
Yeah, exactly.
Did he... Is the hair still sort of luxuriant and curly?
No,
Roger
I tell you
Daltrey?
what respect mondo to Roger Daltrey, because it's still curly because it naturally curls. He straightened it.
He had great hair always.
Yeah.
But
I don't wish to reduce the man.
It's cut fairly short now. He hasn't
Lovely.
gone for the Brian May "Please Recognise Me" hairstyle. He just looks like he's one of these. He sort of looks the right age, if you know what
Nice.
I mean, but in a good
Age
way.
appropriate.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't
Yeah.
wait to listen to that. Okay, I'm there.
Good. Back to zombies.
What else? Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Apparently, the king of zombies, Giorgio Romero, says
yes.
when there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth. That might explain some of it, apparently.
That's lovely.
the overcrowding thing now
370.
is ridiculous.
It's everywhere,
I
isn't
mean, I
it?
thought it was bad in London, but
In hell.
hell must be pretty busy after the recent move towards atheism.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Cramming them in. Absolutely cramming them in.
Oh, no. Come on, you two.
Oh,
on, you two,
no. Oh, no.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I'm not sure it's that recent, the move towards atheism.
Okay.
Been knocking about for ages.
Yeah, but it's grown in recent times.
Yeah.
Right.
Bertrand Russell, right, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was in a minority.
We're going to end the
True.
show on Bertrand Russell.
Yeah,
are we?
what's about, I
Absolute
think.
Radio.
Yeah.
Ian Botterill has got in touch to say regarding zombies,
Oh.
there is no such thing.
Oh.
Oh, it's good to clear that up at the end. I think
Get an afterlife.
Oh, very good.
Oh, that is
There you
good.
go.
Also, if there's anyone who's anxious, I don't think there is any evidence.
No
that there's
one
such
is
a thing.
anxious.
No, I don't think there is any
You don't know
evidence.
what kind of people we got listening out there.
Fools.
No,
Nobody
I don't
worried
mean
about
fools, but
Absolute, oh
maybe
my
purple.
absolute God.
The easily
People who are
led.
nervous.
Right, yeah.
People have, I used to say, have a nervous disposition.
We
Yeah.
get all sorts. We get steak
There could be
eaters.
children though as well. Listen, there are
Yeah.
no zombies. You're all right.
Don't have nightmares.
Yeah, exactly. Don't have nightmares. That's my advice. Oh, that's cleared up all the possible. The whole life now is a sort of anti-complaint tactic. For goodness sake. Anyway. I'm just sick
Sometimes he gets glum about 2 hours and 58 minutes in.
Yeah,
No, but that thing of
he
having
does,
to
doesn't he?
apologise
I
on the
know.
off chance.
Yeah.
I know it's incredibly tiresome.
It is. But man's got to work. Fish got to swim, birds got to fly.
I hope you did that in front of Roger Daltrey.
That was a summary of the show. Birds got to swim. Obviously a reference to the Bird's Eye Steak Burger.
Yeah.
Steaklets.
Yeah, and the birds obviously, and the fish got to swim, obviously, to the pedicure fish.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was a sort of a reverse version of the overture.
Yeah.
I'm going to end it in a minute, don't worry, Daisy. And if the good Lord spares us and the creeks don't rise, we'll be back again this time next week. Now get out.
You're listening to the Frank Skinner podcast from Absolute Radio. Want your Frank fix a little sooner? Listen live every Saturday from 8 a.m. on Absolute Radio. Across the UK on digital radio, mobile apps, and in London and the South East on 105.8 FM.
Absolute Radio.